soulmates, welcome to the Honest Fashion Academy. My name is Justice. So in this video, we're going to still talk about dart manipulation. In our previous video, we talked about what dart manipulation is and ways to transfer the dart from one location to another. We showed one method of transferring the dart to another location, which is the slash and spread method. So in this video today, I'm going to be showing you another method of transferring your data, which is more professional, and that is the pivotal method. And we also talked about that the data can be a single data series or a double data series. We showed in the previous video what a single data series is. Single dart, yes, single dart series, if you call it that way, it is still okay. That's having all the darts in one location. If it is the shoulder, it is just the shoulder. So today I'm going to be showing you the two dart series or double dart series, whereby you can have a shoulder dart and still have the waist dart or any other place that you choose to have it. Okay, and we're going to be showing on a full scale what it will look like when you have the darts in different locations. And please, I would like you to stay tuned to this video till the end and other subsequent videos, because we're going to be talking more about that. So see you. Let's go to the table. Please, if you've not watched the previous video, try or do well to watch it. This was from our previous video. And like I said, I'll be showing us how to do a double series, that series. I mentioned it before, but I just want to repeat it here again. And then this is what we're going to do. Here we have the CF neck dart, and we want to share this dart. We don't want to sew everything at the CF. Apart from the waist dart, you can choose to direct the half of the fullness to somewhere else. And this is what we'll be doing. We want to transfer it to this part. Like I said before, you can choose to transfer your dart to anywhere you deem possible. You can choose to transfer your dart there. And of course, there are so many things that you can do with the dart. So many things apart from just sewing it. Now you can see what we have here. I've shared the fullness. I have parts here and I have some parts here. Okay. And remember that this place is quite straight, right? So here I placed it on another paper which is on fold. We want to assume that this is our fabric, and we're going to tape this down so that we can mark out what we have. Now remember that while sewing the dart, we're not going to sew it up to the bust point. This is the bust point, and we're going to be stopping at what we call the dart point, right? At the middle of this opening, and then we'll redraw our dart legs to the original dart from this middle point to the next original dart. The same thing applies to this part. You can do 3/4 of an inch up or 1 inch up, and it will be fine. So you connect to the original dart legs. The opening of this dart is known as the dart leg, right? So this is what we have. The whole of this will be for the bust so that it can have some space. Now what we're going to do is to trace out this with our tracing wheel. If you are a pattern drafter, you need this, very important. But before then, we can use our pencil to mark it out. So here I'm tracing it. Putting a fabric under the paper will make it easier for you to see what you've traced once you are done. It makes the markings very visible. You can try it and see how it works. Okay. Now at this point, I just made something like a wave so that when you close the dart, you will not be losing out any part. So we'll trace our neckline, and this is it. right? So I'm going to be removing this upper one, and then this is our bust point. You can choose to mark it, and from under to locate where the bust point is. So I'm going to be removing this. So here we have our complete pattern open. You can see the way it is. You can see the way the dart went. You can hold your dart at this upper part and still hold your dart at this upper part. So all you have to do is to close this part up. You can choose to sew it, and you can choose not to sew it. You can just use it as a design or as something for your top or your blouse or whatever. You can see the way it is. You can decide to just hold it this way while leaving this part. Just press it down and it will give you a very nice look. And then on this part, I'll just tape this place down. You can see what we have here at the neckline. Now at this part, you can also decide to sew it down, just the normal way you sew your dart. I just want to close it. You can still use it to do any other style that you want to do. Just your creativity will help you know what you want to do with it, right? And here we take it down. So you can see what we have on the outside. Push this way, and this is it. It's looking so beautiful, not just the regular dart that you used to have, which is the bust and the waist dart or the shoulder dart. You can have your dart anywhere you choose to have it. You can see the way it is. Fit it into your bust and everything will look so perfect. So that aside, I'm going to show us how to achieve our dart transfer or dart manipulation through the pivotal method. And this is our pattern, which the bust dart has been closed and transferred to the waist dart. So from this waist dart, we want to move to other areas of dart locations that we want. Okay, as you can see here, I labeled this leg B, and I labeled this other leg A. Right now, the first thing we're going to do is, as we place our pattern this way on a plain sheet of paper, we're going to draw the center front line, which is always straight. We're going to mark it out this way. Okay, make sure your pattern is resting on the center front on a straight line. Then we're going to identify where we want our dart to be. Now, let's say we want the new dart to be at the CF neckline. This is where it is. We are going to stop here. We're not going to trace anything else. We'll just stop this here. So what we're going to do is, on this part, we trace only the letter B leg this way to meet with this part which has already been traced. Hope I'm not speaking too fast. You get what I mean? This place has been traced, and this part too has also been traced, and this is where we want to transfer our dart. Okay, so while holding it this way, we're going to get a pin or a pushing pin, something, forgotten the name of what you can use to do this, but the pin is also okay. So what we're going to do, we are going to, as we hold the pin in place, we're going to rotate this pattern so that the letter A leg, you can see the letter A leg, this part, will meet the letter B. Okay, we'll move over to where the letter B is going to go away from. So this is what we are going to do. Make sure your paper is not moving, only the pattern is moving. So we're pushing it, and this is where the letter B stops, right? You can see it has closed up with the letter B. And now we're going to mark where we marked before, which is the CF point. We marked it. We marked it here, and we're marking it here again, right? And then this is our burst point. We also mark it to identify the burst point. Now what we're going to do, we keep the pin aside, holding this pattern in place. We're going to trace the remaining parts of the pattern. Trace the remaining parts of the pattern. You can see we no longer have the waist dart. So this is the bust point. This is our armhole. This is the waistline that we have traced. Now this is what we're going to do. We're going to connect to the bust point from this dart leg. This is our new dart. The waist dart has been closed, and this is our new dart. As usual, I'm just going to make a wave so that when we close the dart, we will not have any form of shortage. You can see what we have now. Now I want, so as usual, from the bust point, we're going to go up by 1 inch at the middle of the dart legs, and then we'll connect to the actual dart leg this way and this way. So what we're closing is going to, as you're sewing your clothes, you're going to be stopping at this part and not at this part. So you're going to close it up. From this new point, that is where you're closing. You're not closing up to the, so this is what we call the pivotal method. Usually it goes this way. Okay, wherever you want to mark, just identify that part and then you shift your dark flex to meet just the way we've done it here. You can play this video over and over again so that you can try placing on other parts. I don't want this video to be long. In our next video, we're still going to talk about that manipulation. Guys, soulmates, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. We'll be coming your way on a regular basis, and believe me, you're going to learn a lot from this channel. My name remains Justice. See you in our next video. Bye.